George Clooney op-ed in the New York Times, it packs a punch. And he's kind of anguished because he says, I love Biden, I admire him, but here's a quote. Was he tired? Yes. A cold? Maybe, but our party leaders need to stop telling us that 51 million people didn't see what we just saw. We're also terrified by the prospect of a second Trump term that we've opted to ignore every warning sign. Steve, most people don't know Lloyd Doggett or Pat Ryan or Blumenauer or whoever, but they know George Clooney. Does this make a different impact?
Well, they know that George Clooney, if you're a Democrat, is a good Democrat. He's a serious and very thoughtful person who's raised tens and tens of millions of dollars for the party, whose interest in politics and policy goes back decades. That was offered, I think, with a lot of sincerity. When you hear David Axelrod, when you hear James Carville, some of these people are some of the best Democrats who have ever lived. They love the Democratic Party. Some of these people love the president. What they see is a tragedy unfolding. But bringing it back, what George Clooney observed, and maybe he understands this because he's in the movie business. If the audience watches the movie and they say the movie sucks, they don't like it. The studio doesn't argue with the audience and come back and say, this is the greatest movie that's ever been made. They accept the judgment. And in this case, I think what he's reacting to is the circling of the wagons by some in the party who keep insisting that you didn't see it. And that cynicism, that dishonesty is a great gift to Trump. Biden won by 44,000 votes across 3 states. And as your polling pointed out in the beginning of the segment, he's now behind in all of these states. In fact, there is polling in New York State that shows that race is becoming competitive. So there is a collapse of numbers in geographies across the country, and in competitive states now, you're starting to see Biden's poll numbers in the low 30s on their way into the 20s. So there is a catastrophic political event. 2 weeks after it happened, this guy's just dead in the water.